Hi Capricorn, welcome to your May bonus reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you would like to stay up to date on when I post new content here. Capricorn, I hope you're doing well. As I'm recording this, it is May 12th. We are still in the midst of Taurus season. We'll be shifting into Gemini season, I believe, on May 20th. I do like to tell y'all when I am recording these readings, but understand that time and energy are fluid and all of you are individuals, and this is a general energy reading, so it may show up, the energies may show up for you in a different manifestation or timeline depending on your particular situation. So make sure you take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. Without further ado, let's get going. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant, supportive messages for Capricorn at this time. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. All right, let's get a couple cards here for you, Capricorn, and then we'll get going. One more card, Spirit. Whoa. Whoa. All right. So, first card out, Capricorn, is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a very abundant, stable, financially secure card. So I would say this is very much your energy right now. You know, this is also a card that indicates that your stability, whether, you know, related to finances, career, business, is something that you have in fact cultivated on your own, by your own hands, with your own, you know, the work that you have put in. A lot of times this is a card of being single and independent. You don't necessarily have to be single. Obviously, this is a general energy reading, but what it does indicate is that the stability that you have in your life, whether it's in your career, finances, home life, is something that you have been steadily working on consistently, right? And Capricorn, obviously you're an earth sign, so, you know, financial stability is kind of your MO. So I would say that, you know, if you have not been feeling this energy, expect to start to feel more stable and more abundant as we move further into the month of May and into June, right? And then we have the Three of Wands, which in this card is very interesting. This is the Small Spells Tarot by Rachel Howe. It's a new deck I'm working with. You can't really see the third dart here, but it's in the bullseye. So this to me is a card that indicates that you've been putting it out there. You've been doing the work. You've been taking the chances. You've been cultivating opportunities for yourself, and things are starting to hit, and you're going to start to feel that shift in the energy where maybe you feel like you've been waiting even on pins and needles. I heard about, you know, a job offer or a contract or a client, something like that. And you've been putting it out there, putting yourself out there, putting your offerings out there, and something's going to hit the bullseye, right? And then we have the Hierophant, which, you know, oftentimes is considered the God card. So right off the bat, I'm hearing God is with you, God is behind you, and it's going to be imperative at this time for you to double down on your spiritual practices. That's going to be the key to maintaining your stability, right? That I'm feeling the need to advise you, Capricorn, to find that balance between your 3D stability and your 5D stability. And there are actually 5 hands here. And to understand that you actually do have the capacity to traverse both realms, right? Like traditionally in astrology, and I'm not an astrologist, you know, and many modern people don't necessarily know this, but Capricorn was known as the sea goat. Yeah, the sea goat. So that means that, yes, you can climb that mountain, you can accomplish those goals, you can make that money, you can finish that project on time and under budget, but you can also go to the depths of the ocean. You can also access intuition, deep emotions, deep understanding of the spiritual realm. And, you know, I do believe that finances are deeply connected to our spiritual life. Although, yes, a lot of it is inverted in this reality where, you know, money has sort of become the be all end all. And I think that perhaps this is kind of pointing to that, right? That in order for you to find true stability, you need more than the pentacles. You need more than the money. You actually need to have a firm foundation in your spiritual life. That's going to help you through the transitions and the transformation that is available to you at this time. There's also a yin and yang. It's going to help you find the balance. And these hands are surrounded by snakes. So like a shedding of a skin. So if in the past you have prioritized money over spirituality, I feel like this particular Hierophant card is a reminder that your 5D life is as important as your 3D life, and to find the balance, because I'm hearing over and over again, a consistent spiritual practice, whatever that is, whatever you believe in. It could be meditating, it could be breath work, it could be prayer, it could be yoga, it could be journaling, it could be so many different things. That's going to help you maintain your stability and your grounding, and also, you know, your abundance as well, right? I don't need to go into my past life, but I've worked with a lot of really rich people in the past, people that have climbed the ladder in business. And a lot of people, when they hit a certain peak in their career, sometimes their personal life can start to fall apart because they don't have a consistent spiritual practice. They don't have anything grounding them when they get that financial or career abundance. So I definitely am feeling like this is what the universe is trying to tell you and remind you of, that like, make sure that you invest as much in your spiritual life as you do in your career, in your business, in cultivating money, right? Because this is what's going to really help you elevate. Then we have 3 of Swords in reverse. I'll just show it to you upright. So 3 of Swords, when it's upright, typically talks about betrayals, heartbreak, disappointment. It's in reverse. So I feel like maybe you're over love, right? Maybe it's like, if I have to choose anything, I'm going to choose money, which, hey, I get it. But I'm also kind of hearing, if there has been situations that you've needed to get over, betrayals that you've needed to get over, that your spiritual practices are going to help you move through any disappointment that comes as a result of that, where it's not going to have as big of an impact on you as maybe it would have in the past. And maybe this is like, you know, there's lots of people that when they have career success or financial success, relationships tend to change in their life. It's like people, it's really interesting, right? People reveal themselves in very interesting ways, and everybody's so different. But there's a certain level of people that reveal themselves when you're struggling. And then there's another way that people reveal themselves when you're successful. And it can be very interesting when you're shifting and changing, right? Like we were talking about with the snakes here. And if you have been really elevating in all areas of your life, people that you've known for a long time and had connections with could start to change up on you. And I think that could just be an indication that, like, cultivating this spiritual practice is what's going to help you peep what's happening, see what's happening, recognize what's happening, but not let it slow you down or keep you stuck, right? It's like you'll notice that, you know, people's energy has changed, or, you know, they're not really congratulating you. They're kind of like dismissing the promotion or the new business. They're acting like it's not a big deal. And, you know, perhaps like in the past, that would have really bothered you. But when you've got your money and when you've got God, do you really need to spend time worrying about the haters or people that are jealous of you? No, you really don't. You really don't. Because who has time for that, right? And, you know, haters are just fans with nothing better to do, right? So I feel like definitely cultivating that spiritual practice is what's going to help you the most to really be able to shift through any weird energy from people on the outside. Just, you know, it could just be a like, hey, just be aware of this, right? Not only are your spiritual practices going to help you to maintain, right, your abundance and your stability, it's also going to help you get over people's BS and their weirdness and their weird energy and their envy and all that kind of stuff. And then we have the Lovers card of Gemini. So this energy could really start to show up for you in Gemini season. The Lovers is a major arcana. So it's not necessarily, a lot of people will think this is just about a relationship. No, actually, this has a lot to do with decisions. And absolutely, this could have to do with like a particular relationship or just relationship dynamics in general, or like I was talking about, getting over people that turn out to not really be friends, they're frenemies, right? It's like, again, like I was saying, people sometimes reveal themselves in a really weird way where some people, they want you to stay down. They want you to stay struggling. And the moment you have any success, it's like they shift on you. And then people are the opposite way. You start struggling and they disappear. It's like people are just freaking weird. But in my tarot studies and research, I found that before the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Lovers was called the Choice. And it was a lover deciding between two mates. So this has to do with choices and decisions. And you see all of these yin and yang, the sun and the moon. So again, I'm hearing that balance, right? We were talking about balancing between your 3D and your 5D reality. I think that, you know, this is also a card of knowing who you are and making aligned decisions for yourself. And knowing who you are, right? Letting people reveal themselves, not wasting time on people that are going to be haters and gossipers and whatever they got going on. And that's going to call in and manifest more aligned relationship dynamics, whether it is friendships, whether this is romance, whether this is business dynamics, right? Like, you acting in accordance with who you know you are and what you know you're capable of is going to bring in more aligned people and more aligned opportunities and more opportunities for you to make choices and decisions that are in alignment with your highest timeline. 6 of Cups. A weight is going to be lifted. There's a tremendous amount of healing that's involved in this cup. For me, this has always been a card of inner child healing. This is a different deck. This is a different energy, but there is a weight being lifted here. So I feel like if there's been any heaviness, as your abundance really starts to reveal itself in the 3D reality and you double down on your spiritual practices and you really start to gain that confidence in knowing who the F you are, Capricorn, and making choices that are in alignment with your highest timeline, your highest self, your most ethical and balanced self, that you're just going to feel a weight lifted. I'm hearing like you're no longer making decisions based on the opinions and judgments of others, that there's a certain level of freedom and flight, right? And I think that they have roses, but I'm not really sure. And I don't know where I put the book for this deck, or I would read it. But I don't want to really go scrambling right now. But that's kind of what I'm getting from this card, is that there's going to be a weight lifted as you start to, you know, see the 3D evidence of your cultivation and your abundance, as you double down on your spiritual practices, as you let people reveal themselves and let them go with love and like, God bless you, I don't need you around, and starting to make decisions that are in your highest alignment, right? There's going to be a lifting of the weight. Sorry, Capricorn, technical difficulties, but we were moving on to the Four of Cups. So in this particular deck, this card talks about remembering that you have to tend to the things that you want to take care of and you want to see grow. That you can't just leave your plants to wither and die. You have to take care of them. You have to water them. You have to, you know, put them in the best place in the house where they're going to get enough sunshine and enough water. And that's, you know, it's underneath the Hierophant. So I feel like this is, again, a reminder that your spiritual practices are going to help you take care of you. They're going to give you discernment about who actually deserves your time, energy, and resources, because there's also in this card an energy of letting things die that need to die. So it's kind of like, it's this and it's, you need to take care of things that you want to thrive, but there's also a necessity of needing to let things go when it's time for them to go. But I think that, again, since it's right underneath the Hierophant, I think this is an indication of really understanding that your spiritual practices, you know, your consistently showing up and doing the things that are going to help you be grounded mentally, spiritually, and otherwise, are going to help you know how to best do that, how to take care of the things that you've brought into your life, that you've manifested into your life. Two of Wands, which is often like a card of making decisions. This is a really interesting way that they have created this Two of Wands card. This is like taking a risk, taking the gamble. But I don't really feel like it's a gamble. I think that you're going to be making maybe more intuitive gambles. And again, I keep going back to this 5D cultivation in your life of knowing, I just heard no one to hold them, no one to fold them because of the dice here. But at the same time, there's also snake eyes, which I know sometimes can be unlucky. So I feel like this is just a call to be discerning in your decision making, because you have cultivated this Nine of Pentacles, right? But you need to be grounded in your decision making moving forward. And again, I do firmly believe that your spiritual practices are going to help you to gain that clarity about what is worth the gamble and what is not, Capricorn. All right, so if the messages are resonating, Capricorn, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to clarify here with the Modern Witch Tarot, which is one of my favorite decks, classic. All right, Spirit, what additional messages and insights do we have for Capricorn? Woo. Okay. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. The Magician. And I definitely am feeling, again, this alignment of the 3D and the 5D. This understanding of how very powerful your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors are at this time. Knowing within yourself that you have every single thing that you need available to you It's just about you coming to that realization of knowing truly who you are and what you're capable of, and owning that, taking that responsibility. And I say responsibility because there is this infinity sign up here, which, yes, very much about spirit, intuition, the universe, magic, but it's also an 8 when you look at it sideways, right? And 2024 is an 8 year. It's a Saturn year. It's a year of putting in the work. But I feel like since this is the Magician and we were talking about the 3D and the 5D, that like the work is actually going to come with you understanding the importance of your spiritual practice and understanding how powerful and intuitive you really are, and how powerful the words you say are, how powerful your mindset is, how powerful you are in this reality, and that you're only really going to be able to tap into that level of magic by cultivating your spiritual practices. So that continues to be a repeated theme in these cards. But then what do we have? The King of Pentacles. This is like very, very powerful. You have the ability to truly manifest this level of financial 3D stability where you are truly the king of your domain, and people see and know and feel that groundedness, that they know they can rely on you. They know that you're a person of your word, that if you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. They will just know by the way that you carry yourself that you are capable of, bringing in clients, bringing in business, making that money, right? Like living a very luxurious, abundant life, but it's as a result of realizing your magic, right? So we started with the 9 of Pentacles, right? And now we're with the King of Pentacles, but after the Hierophant, after the Magician. So it's like going from the 9 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, that's like really big shifts energetically. And again, it's because of the 5D spiritual life cultivation that you start to really feel and see this power and authority and groundedness in your 3D reality, where you're making the money, right? You're bringing in the business, you're bringing in the clients, you're building your kingdom, and you are firmly grounded in who you are and what you're capable of. I love that. And then what do we have? The 2 of Cups. So this is very often a card of romance and love. It can generally speak to cultivating and calling in reciprocal relationship dynamics. Friends, family, coworkers, business associates. But I feel like there is this energy of you've been working on the money, and now it's time to really double down on your spiritual practices and to realize that you are both, right? That you are capable of manifesting in the 3D, but your power lies in the 5D, in the spirit realm. And once you master that, which I feel like with the Magician and the King of Pentacles, that's like a mastering of the 3D and the 5D, that if you have been single and wanting to call in a divine partnership, that's going to happen. If you're already in a relationship, this is a deepening of that love dynamic. But also in general, it's like you're coming into balance within yourself between, the earthly plane and the spiritual plane. And that's just going to shift the people who are in your reality, generally speaking. And then Knight of Swords, which is air energy. So I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of momentum and action that you're taking as we're moving into Gemini season, where you're just like, you're feeling yourself, you're feeling grounded, you're feeling magical, your intuition is on point, and you're going to be really clear about what you want, and you're going to go after it. You're going to go after it. Let's just pull a couple more cards. Any closing messages here for Capricorn? If the messages are resonating, Capricorn, I hope they are. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, so we have the Hermit, which is another spiritual card, and this is a card of Virgo. I do feel as if there will be the need for you to, there's a lot of action in this energy, especially when we had the Knight of Swords, but this is again a reminder to take the time to go within and to study and to double down on your spiritual practices. And as much as you're doing the business side, right? Another indication of the fact that you're going to need to continue to deepen the relationship with your inner self and your spiritual practices, your angels, your spirits, your guides. You know, maybe there is like a class, a webinar, a group that you want to sign up for to learn about meditation or breath work or Reiki or astrology or tarot, something of that nature. I just am like getting a doubling down again on your spiritual practices, going within, making sure that you are treating yourself, that you are taking care of you, that you are also finding joy in the process, which I think you will, Capricorn. Like, I know you like to make money, but make sure you're also having fun. Make sure you're also tending to that inner child. And I do feel like you can find some joy, entertainment, and fun in your spiritual practices as well. There can be levity there, right? That reminds you of, again, the magical being that you have always been. And then the Empress, which is, she is abundant, she is creative, she is fertile. If you're not trying to get pregnant, just take precautions, because this can be a card of pregnancy. Maybe you're just like really pregnant with new ideas and creative ideas, business ideas. But this is a really beautiful energy, a very powerful energy to be in at the end of this reading, that like you have an opportunity to really come in and level up into a different aspect of yourself, where I just feel like whatever inconsistencies you may have been dealing with, or I don't know, if at some point you felt like it was all work and no play, I do see you finding the balance. And I do feel like your spiritual life is going to help you with that, your spiritual practices. And I do feel like there's going to be a moment for you to sit back, to see what you've built, what you've created, and to really take that moment to be like, wow, I did this. I am a beautiful, abundant, vivacious, magical being, right? So very much loving this energy for you. Capricorn, I hope the message has resonated for you. You know, I hope you are claiming abundance in your 3D and 5D reality. If you are, let me know in the comments below. Sending you lots of love. If you want to book a one-on-one reading with me, click the link below. The only way to book a personal with me is via my website. I'm going to close this out with a card from the Animal Spirit deck. I got one too many, just one card here for my Capricorns. Again, thank you for being here. Ooh, you are a unicorn, Capricorn. Let me just get this from the book. You are truly, truly magical, and I hope that you know that, Capricorn. It's probably like the last one. All right. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity and the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn and you have begun your quest for the answers. The unicorn and the sixth chakra. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present while the third eye peers into the future. Yes, Capricorn, if you can find that balance between the 3D and the 5D, you indeed will become the unicorn you were always meant to be. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.